resells us for their drip, and that's the Guatemala.
Mm-hmm.
Cora's Corner Cup is on there. It's on at the shop for drip,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other places are just retail. But we're always online as well, so
Gotcha.
there are a lot of online orders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. I want to keep you. First, give me your name, your sister name, and the name of your coffee company.
So I'm Kiara Smith, and everybody usually calls me Kiki. By I guess trade, I'm a barista for about 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've managed various shops and worked in various shops in the city. And my sister is Mia Patterson, and she's a nurse by trade, and we're both roasters. Self taught.
And then the name of your brand, the name of your coffee brand,
We are Cora's Girls Coffee.
and what came? How did you come up with the name Cora Girls Coffee?
So my sister actually has credit for this. It's named after our mother. She loved coffee. So we just thought it was catchy and cute, and we are literally Cora's Girls. So it was just Cora's Girls Coffee.
And how did you guys get started? I know you said your mom was into coffee. You even mentioned that you was a barista at
Yeah.
first.
So during the pandemic, we were thinking about ways that we could start a business, just to make like some extra money on the side and just trying to develop something other than what we were doing. And we thought of a few ideas, and it just didn't really pan out. Nothing kind of like sparked our interest. We like thought
Mm-hmm.
about candle making and a t-shirt line and stuff like that, but that didn't really. It was like, whatever. Um, so one day my sister called me, and she told me, she was like, "You should roast coffee," and I was like, "No, I don't think I we should do that." Um, so that conversation kind of just went, I'm gonna buy a roaster, I'm gonna buy some sample coffees, see what you can do, try it out, read a book. So I read a couple of books, I looked at YouTube videos, um, I read some blogs and some blog posts about it, a lot of Reddit stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and then I just started playing with the machine. I definitely got it wrong a lot at first.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely under roasted. Um, I've burned blinds. I've almost burned curtains. It's been a
Mm-hmm.
time, but eventually I got to where I needed to be. We just had to play around a lot with it to see
Yeah.
what roast profile fits, what coffee and region, things that come in effect, climate temperature and altitude, and the temperature outside versus the temperature inside. So eventually we got it down. And I wouldn't even say that we perfected our craft within like early on. There
Yeah.
probably have been a couple of bags where people are like, "Oh, what about this one?" Um, but eventually we got to where we needed to be. It's a lot of trial and error, especially when we are self-taught. We didn't really get any suggestions from anybody.
Right. Trial and error.
Like my sister never got any suggestions on a roaster. Yeah, we never got suggestions on a roaster.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it was just, we're gonna buy this coffee, buy a roaster, and figure it all out, and that's literally what we
Mm-hmm.
did.
Nice.
Which
And
turned into actually a
a
love for
company.
roasting. So
Wow.
yeah, it all out in the end.
So you said that it was a lot of trial and error. how did you what type of equipment you used to start roasting? Like, what did you do to kind of, you know, experiment with, with roasting coffee?
So I think um a lot of the, I wouldn't say issues, a lot of the hiccups that we ran into with our first roaster is you have to be very careful with time and temperature. And if you wait 2 seconds on, you should, that's just, it can either set your coffee on fire or char your coffee. Or if
Yeah.
you under roast things, and it can be the exact opposite. I
Hmm.
remember it was maybe when we were playing around with some of the Guatemalans that we had, and
Yeah.
it was definitely roasted. And I was like, this is not supposed to look like this. So it was, yeah, it was just trial and error after a while. I mean, I got some
Yeah.
suggestions from a lot of websites, and then the roasting, the company from where we got our roaster from, gave us suggestions, but you really don't know until you get into it.
Yeah.
Um, for the first couple of weeks, there's like a dial that I didn't know existed, and to
Hmm.
turn the roaster off, I was just unplugging it because I was like, I don't know how to turn this thing off. It was a time, um, but thank God we are not there anymore, and
No.
we are where we need to be.
Hmm.
And as we expand and get, because eventually we're definitely gonna have to buy a larger roaster, obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
with business growing, and we're growing as a company, so that'll eventually happen. We've upgraded twice since then, which is kind of
Hmm.
nice. So it's been good.
How long did it? How long did it take you before you was actually comfortable with your roast? Did it take months? Did it take a year? Before you say, okay, I'm ready to, have someone sample this coffee.
It took a couple of months.
That's not too long.
Some
That's not
some
bad.
of our, yeah, a few months. Some of our single origins were easier than some. Um, I think the easiest thing that I did, I can remember, was we had this honey Costa Rican that I did, and
Mm,
but that was after. But we did have a honey wash. We have a honey wash Costa Rican that to work with. I think the hardest one to work with personally was um probably the Ethiopian coffee that we
hmm.
have. Um, I think it's a real fine line between so generally Ethiopian coffees have kind of this fruity nature to them. So they're like bright
Yeah.
and sporty and fruity. You can easily burn it. It just tastes like fried orange, which is probably not pleasant to eat, or burnt oranges. It's like burning a bunch of fruit, and it's
Hmm.
not pleasant on the palate. And I was always like, sometimes when I roast it, I was like, why does this always taste like fire? I am not doing something right. And then it's all about too, like the afters of roasting that you have to think about, like the resting process for the
Hmm.
coffee to degas and all that stuff. But it was a lot of tasting in the beginning. Definitely had some sleepless nights because I
Yeah.
was overly caffeinated. But yeah, things are much better now.
So tell me, you say you guys work with a coffee company, so you wasn't getting your coffee from directly from farmers or maybe producers from overseas. Like, are you just purchase your coffee from a certain company and they send it over for you to roast?
Yeah, so we don't buy personally source, but we do distribute a company that's fair trade, kind of like a farm to table version of coffee. It's directly from the farmer's lot.
Hmm.
It's fair trade, organic, certified. So the farmers are getting paid what they deserve
That's good.
through the
That's a good
distributing
thing.
company that we use, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And and so what type of coffee from where are you receiving your coffee from? Like what country?
So right now, we have our four staples, and then by season we get stuff that's in and out. So what always is there is our Ethiopian, which is our Holly Grove hideout. We have a honey wash, Costa Rica, which is our downtown dark. Nicaragua is our Melphamine medium, and Cora's Corner Cup is a Peaberry Guatemala. So everything is named after neighborhoods and or streets or something that is authentic to New Orleans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I was actually thinking about this yesterday. I'm sorry, it's kind of getting off track, but I was thinking about this yesterday because I was watching some videos and um it what would be the best advice to give a person who's starting a business.
Okay.
And the thing I thought about immediately was authentically be you. And I was specifically thinking about me and my sister because there's not a place or a time or anything that we've been involved in where we weren't authentic to us. And I
Hmm.
think we embrace so much where we come from. I grew up in the Mouth, so why not have a Mouth? I mean, medium roast. We were
Of
called
course.
Corner lived Cora's Corner, so we had Cora. So we actually live in a Holly Grove area now. So why
Hmm.
not Holly Grove Hideout? We just wanted to keep it as authentic to New Orleans as we possibly could.
And that's dope.
Um,
I love that. I love that. I can't wait till you
yeah.
come out. Well, I was born in the Third War, but I was raised in the Ninth War. I'm a Desire Project. Uh,
Oh, I lived in the Lower Ninth Ward,
oh, I lived there for a
across the
little bit.
canal.
Across the canal. Yeah, but
I did too. I lived there for just over a year and a half. Not even a year and a half, maybe like a year and some change.
yeah, yeah.
I live right across the canal.
I stayed there. I stayed. I spent some time on the West Bank in Harvey. I lived in New Orleans at one time, so you know. But now I'm here. My career had me move in different places. I'm a journalist. I've been a journalist for 20 years, and so with that
Hmm.
comes with a lot of different markets. As you get older in the business, and so that's the reason why
Hmm.
I had left. Well, I originally left because of Katrina, and so my career just took off right after when I left to move to Atlanta. But yeah, that's awesome that you named some of your products after some of these neighborhoods, the historic neighborhoods. I'm sure you're gonna do one from like for Treme area, So it depends. It really depends, I guess, as you continue to you grow your brand and expand your product. You're gonna continue to name after some of those historic, and that's good. And that's great
Hmm.
advice that letting people know to be their authentic self because there's uh, no one is going to be who you are, and so that's pretty awesome to have to provide that particular advice to people who want to start their own business.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So um, I guess my next question is I know your role. So explain to me the role that your sister play in this particular business.
Hmm. So we both roast. She roasts as well as me roasting. I do the majority of the roasting only because I choose to, and um, she kind of does the other side of business. Um, like I like the label and bag and roast, and
Yeah.
she ships. She does website work.
Mm-hmm.
She usually answers emails. I'll answer like DMs on Facebook or on Instagram and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So she does that end of things, and I do the other end of things usually. Um, so it's actually a really good balance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think we've gotten burnt out by our roles just yet. So, um, and I mean, we both can do what the other does. So if ever she's like, "Hey, can you do A, B, C, and D?" then that's not a problem. Just like she can roast and she label and bagging is easy peasy. But, if necessary,
Mm-hmm.
she can do some roasting as well. She did actually a lot of roasting last Christmas, well, last holiday season. During
Mm-hmm.
that time, I was sick and we had some time, so she was pretty much running the operation.
Mm-hmm. So,
But I'm better now, so
yeah, that's so. Tell me how. Okay, so I don't think you told me how long you guys been doing what you've been doing. I know you explained how you got started, but how long have you been doing what you've been doing?
we've been in business just over a year. So all the end of August was our 1 year. We had an
Mm-hmm.
anniversary party in September to celebrate our 1 year. So just over a year.
And how important community embrace your company, what you guys stand for, your product, how important they are to your 1 year success so far.
We've actually gotten a lot of we have some regular customers, which is nice, some returning people.
Mm-hmm.
New introduction to like wholesale accounts is really nice to have. We've connected with a lot of other local businesses, done some collaborations with other businesses throughout the city. Um, just getting our name out there and showing face, and we want to be a part of the coffee culture,
Mm-hmm.
and accepted and recognized for. Um, how do I say this? Um, I want to be supported because we have a quality product
Mm-hmm.
and our product speaks for itself. Um, I can be nice about. I will put my coffee up with some of the other coffee in the city,
There you go. Do it. Do
and
it.
I know people pick me. I'm just saying. I'm like, you know what? I have a good
Hey,
product. I mean, our
that's what I'm.
coffee
Yeah.
is really good. Me and my sister have developed this coffee and really took our time out to perfect it to where it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't burn it under roast coffee for a reason. I did it all to be here.
Yeah.
So to be where we are is is it's great to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want people to recognize our brand and our product for the quality of product it is.
Nice.
I am absolutely 100% supportive for a female. I'm supportive for a black man. But see any of that and you see Cora Girls Coffee, I want it to be supported because it's Cora Girls Coffee.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
hey, and that's what it is, and that's how you'll get that particular support if you're confident in your product, confident that you can put your brand, your coffee to to anyone and you will come out on top. That's how you're supposed to. That's how you're supposed to react. And so that's what's up. Tell me, there's limited of black coffee roasters, let alone black coffee female roasters. How do you feel your role is important um, to inspire more people of color to roast coffee?
I feel like um it should be acknowledged and appreciated for what we do. I feel like there's a there's a big following to specialty coffee within the black community that is just not being acknowledged because we haven't gotten the recognition that we deserve. Even as a
Mm-hmm.
barista, there's been so many times. This is during the times when I was very young
Okay.
and making coffee, and people having doubts that you can first of all, like the doubt that people have just exudes out of their skin. You can tell when they kind of give you that look, or they
Yeah.
have that doubt in their voice, like you might not know what she doing. But I can talk coffee knowledge to the top roasters in the world and
Right.
keep up and know what I'm talking about. So, I mean, it's so many. There are so many incredible people, even that we follow on social media, that are these incredible baristas. And there's this one particular girl that I went to go see specifically in San Francisco because her dialing game is serious. And I was like, wow, well, I guess once I'm in San Francisco, I'll go see her. So I think it's important for us to be acknowledged and recognized and appreciated and have a seat at the table.
Right.
Sometimes I understand building your own table, but I want a seat at the table that's already there because I deserve to
Right.
be there too.
I get that,
So
and yeah.
um, that's kind of the stance I have on
Mm-hmm.
um, black and brown people in the coffee community.
And I'm sure like the people who was already established, especially particularly, well, how I guess how even outside of the black and brown community, how have you been? Have you been accepted, or are you even and I'm talking about a white majority coffee roasters, coffee entities, have they sort of like at least accepted, all right, she's on the come up. She knows she's talking about, have you received that sort of acceptance in New Orleans?
Sometimes I don't feel as included as everyone else within the coffee community.
Mm-hmm.
We're also fairly new, so I do understand
Right.
that part.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just I don't know. Think I think that um and I've supported other coffee companies within. There's some amazing roasters that live in
Right.
New Orleans, and I definitely tip my hat off to them because this is not an easy thing to do with such incredible coffee around. But sometimes I don't think we're included, or um it's kind of like sometimes it feels kind of like the you kind of get picked last to
Yeah.
play kickball.
Yeah.
And
Last
it's
one to
just
be
like,
the
okay,
last one
well,
to be picked
between
to,
you
to
and that
be on
other
the team.
kid.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, well, between you and that other kid, I guess you were a little bit better, so we'll just pick you. So um and I think we've gotten a pretty good rhythm going within the first year, and we've
Hmm.
definitely shown face to local businesses and companies, and I think we just gotta get our mojo going
Yeah.
um within the roasting community.
Okay. Well, I mean that's I guess something that a lot of black and brown entities sort of struggle with, knowing that
Hmm.
coffee, the birthplace was in Africa, the Ethiopian, so in the Ethiopia rather, and so knowing that the history of what coffee, the origin of coffee, and how it is a struggle for black and brown community to be accepted or have that seat at the table is something that is an ongoing fight, ongoing struggle in people who are starting their business in the coffee industry. So, but you're on the right track. You start. I know you already. People will say, well, you know what? I'm gonna create my own table, but like you mentioned, even you know the people who has the table that's already established, you want to be included.
Hmm.
That's only right. Um,
Right.
my next question is, uh, what's next for you all? Like, what is the next? I know you said you had expanded from the last time I spoke into you, but what is next for you all coming up heading in 2023?
So in 2023, I really like feel it in my spirit, and something reminds me of why I think like this every day. It's just like this little reminder that comes to me, whether it's like a memory or something my sister might say or something a friend might tell me, or even a stranger. Like today, this lady came up to, we did Crescent City Farmers Market, and a lady came up to me. She was like, "You see this? This is gonna make you a whole lot of money." And I was like, "You know what? I am okay with that." So I do see a roasting facility in 2023. Definitely expanding ourselves with wholesale accounts. So we started doing Crescent City Farmers Market every Sunday. So that's going to be regular for us now, which is
Nice.
really nice. Today was really nice to see some returning customers, and definitely some new faces that were excited to try our coffee. Um, we are also looking into right now some steep bags or
Hmm.
Keurig reusable
Okay.
cups, because we get it, like the convenience of a Keurig is there. And then these steep bags are easy for travel. You just have to find a source of hot water. You just pop your steep bag in and you take it out once the coffee is steeped. So we definitely think about expanding the brand and just getting it out there to more people. Definitely having more time for markets
Hmm.
and developing more products. We just added mugs on the website. We have T-shirts available now. We're doing some gift sets for the holiday season, and
Yes.
just being consistently out there. We're trying to tap into other places. Like we haven't really looked into. We're gonna be at the Southern Food and Beverage market for the holidays. We actually have a entire market list for this upcoming season. I think we have 8 left on the list, and today was the third of 11 that's been on the list. So we're very excited about that. So just watch out for Cora Girls Coffee. We are definitely growing and expanding and enjoying a lot of the great feedback that we've been given, and appreciating the returning customers and the new customers. Today was really, really good. It was just a reminder that sometimes you just need something that says, just to push through the exhaustion. I know you didn't get any sleep last night. This one, I
Yeah.
literally had no coffee, which is not like me, because open my eyes, brush my teeth, time for a cup of coffee.
That's right.
So I'm running off of natural energies right now because I am definitely not caffeinated. Um, so it's nice.
Hmm.
We are very excited about the new year and where we're going, and being being recognized as Black female roasters.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
we're very excited about everything.
I have two more questions. Well, one question, and then I'm gonna ask you to provide information for people who see this interview to get in contact with you all. But do you guys collaborate with other Black and Brown roasters, not only just in New Orleans, but across the country?
So we have not connected with any local or people around the country.
Okay,
Um, we've kind of connected with. There's a, I think is, I'm not too familiar with the guys that are in Atlanta. They do. They have a coffee shop. I can't think of the name
Black
right
Coffee.
now.
Is it Black Coffee?
But we've, yeah, like coffee. Uh huh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. We have connected with them loosely. I think they
Hmm.
like found us somehow. I don't know how that happened. And DM'd us
They
one
probably
day
look
like,
you up
hey, we
like I
love to
did.
see what you got doing. And
Yeah.
huh?
No, I said they probably look you up
Yeah,
like I did. I
they were
mean,
like,
yeah, I think that you should,
yeah.
continue
I
to
think
connect
like
with
a
those.
little
Hmm.
I think there's a little sound delay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can't you good? Can you hear me? Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
I can hear you. I think there's just a little sound delay.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe a delay. I don't hear anything else, but I do hear you. But
Oh, that's
I
yeah, I
think
can.
yeah, but no, I was saying that continue to connect with those brothers because they're a type of company who support other local entrepreneurs. I just did a documentary, a short documentary on them and two other coffee entities, and I can tell you firsthand they support other businesses, which is small businesses, people who want to come up, and I think it's awesome. But yeah, continue to connect with those brothers because they're doing great things, and they also have a coffee fest every year. Be a vendor, come to Atlanta, and just set your
Oh,
pop up
nice.
and network with different people. I think that definitely could help grow the Cora Girls brand.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, actually. Nobody really. Well, I think. Well, we are the first and only Black female roasters in the city of New Orleans.
Say it.
Um, Emphasis on that. Um, but we have definitely collaborated with people around the city. Rum House Ice Cream, we did a collaboration with, and Jillian is incredible. Her ice cream is insane. Like she put stuff together that you think would not make sense, and then you eat it, and you're like, "What? Your brain thought of this?" Okay. Also, big shout out to my friend Carla Briggs with Viola Heritage Baking.
Hmm.
Um, she's used our coffee in a lot of her baked goods. She has a couple of holiday things with our coffee in them, in the ingredients into some of her baked goods, as well as little bags that are perfect for gifts for the holidays. So
Hmm.
we've done that, but not a lot of connecting, collaborating with other roasters. I've
Yeah.
definitely connected with. It's a couple of roasters in Atlanta that we've connected with.
Right.
Not really a lot outside of New Orleans.
Hmm.
Sexton Coffee in San Francisco. I recently visited San Francisco and did a little coffee hop around to some of the shops that were on my list, and we
Yeah.
visited Sax Coffee. And that's all Ethiopian. The owner actually owns his lots and does all the roasting, which was really nice
Nice.
to look at. We were able to. I actually met him and we chatted for a little minute, and that was really nice to meet him. He has some incredible
Mhm.
coffee as well. His Ethiopians are really, really complex and have some really great depth of flavors. Um, and that was really nice, but not a lot. I
Yeah.
wish there was like, and maybe me and my sister should think about creating a coffee community for people
You
of
should.
color, um,
I think that would be awesome.
just to connect and
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll be something. Let me know about that. I'll definitely join from a journalistic perspective because I do cover coffee entities, coffee shops, people, black and brown folks who are in coffee because there's a need, and I do it for a reason because I believe we should have. I'm a coffee enthusiast, and so I want to get the word out, and I want to. They have stories to tell, and so whenever you decide to
Mhm.
do that, specifically in New Orleans, because I am from there, and I know there's not a lot of black and brown entrepreneurs in the coffee industry. So let me know. I'd definitely like to be a part of that.
Mhm. Yeah, no problem. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
So
we need a
yeah. So
support group.
yeah, definitely. So before we get out of here, just to let the folks know who will be viewing this, how they can contact you, how can they follow you on IG, how can they order your products, you guys' products or merch rather.
So for the locals, we are there's on our Instagram, and I'll repost that today. There is a list of our um pop-ups for the holiday season, pop-ups and markets for the holiday season is listed on
Hmm.
Instagram. So on
Yeah.
Instagram, we are Cora's Girls Coffee underscore Nolas, CORASGIRLS
Hmm.
COFFEE underscore NOLA. You can also check us out at corasgirlscoffee.com. Everything is listed on the website that you can get that's available. We have our 4-ounce minis, our 12-ounce bags, and our mugs are listed there as well. Also, join the mailing list because now we see the importance of a mailing list and that we should have one
Yeah,
just to
that's
have
right.
that connection to people
Yep.
who, want to keep up with the things that are going on. And email is way more important than I even thought it was. I
Hmm.
thought, oh, just post it on Instagram and everybody will see it. That
Yeah,
doesn't
they'll
work like
find it.
that.
Yeah, that's
So
yeah.
join the mailing list. hmm Join the mailing list. We're also on Facebook. Cora Girls Coffee on Facebook as well. Um, yeah. So and then we're out of what the retail locations that I listed earlier. We have 4-ounce bags that are perfect for gifts for holiday season. Today I'm gonna post the holiday baskets that we made or holiday tins that we made. Um, and they will be available at markets. Might make them available for pre-sale order, just to make everybody's life easy.
Right.
That way you can get all your holiday lists checked off, and we can make them as you need them. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And when you get back on IG, I guess to repost your location, send it to me so I'll repost it for you. I mean, with to get the word out,
hmm
just send me a direct message with that post, and I'll repost it on my page.
hmm Also, big shout out to my sister for being incredible. And although you see my face a lot, she is definitely always around.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
It's so funny because like my schedule is more loose than hers, so
Mhm.
it's like it's okay if I leave work early and get ready for a market or take off this day and get ready for a market. She has like a 9 to 5 that everything is scheduled.
Yeah.
She's also has like a lot of things that she's involved with. She's a
Hmm.
Delta. Shout out to Deltas.
Okay.
So her schedule is way more complex than mine, but she is definitely working just as hard as I am. I just happen to be the face that is
Yeah.
popping in and out of everywhere because I have the schedule that is made for that. So
She the
she's
let's see.
definitely around. Somebody actually asked for her today at a market. She was like, "Where's your sister?" I was like, "Oh, she's busy because she's busy."
She's a Slim, Cash Money. How Baby was, he's the face of Cash Money, and Slim was like in the background. That's your sister.
Oh, she is. If Slim is working as hard as Mia Patterson is, then she is definitely my Slim, and I am her baby.
All right, Kiki. Well, thank you for joining me. Definitely, send me like any events happening. Don't hesitate to send it my way. I'm always posting people's stuff because that's what I do. That's the nature of my business, and
Hmm.
I'm gonna continue telling stories. And so, with any events that's going on with you all, please send it my way. Anytime you want to just like hey, can you share this? Or I'm having an event at this such a time. Let me know so I can cover it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, thank
Absolutely.
you.
And y'all can also catch us every Sunday. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention it. Every Sunday now we're at the Crescent City Farmers Market. We just did our first one today, which was amazing. Um, so you can catch us there every Sunday from now until the season's over.
Sounds good. All right, Kiki. Well, thank you very much for joining Coffee Community Culture interview, and I'll be talking to you soon.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. You too.